In a dead of night, a group of white-robed figures illuminated by torchlight stops in front of a small house, shouting and screaming. In their hands, large crosses burn fiercely with flames. Inside the house, a terrified family trembles in fear. The cries of children blend with their parents' helpless screams. But why? What is their fault? Their only fault is they are black. The masked mob outside belongs to the Ku Klux Klan, the most terrifying and despicable terrorist organization in American history, built on the venom of white supremacy, religious extremism, and racial hatred. This group is not just a stain on America, but a shame to all of humanity. The story begins in December 1865. The American Civil War has just ended. The Confederacy, which fought to preserve slavery, has been defeated, and black people are beginning to experience a taste of newfound freedom. But a group of power-hungry white men in the South refuse to accept this change. They are determined, by any means necessary, to keep themselves in a position of dominance and ensure black people don't get equal rights. With this mindset, a few former Confederate officers form a social club named the Ku Klux Klan in Pulaski. The group's first Grand Wizard was Nathan Bedford Forrest, a former Confederate general. Under Forrest's leadership, the Klan embarked on a terrifying chapter of terror and violence. Initially, they wore masks to intimidate people, but soon their actions escalated into orchestrated murders, arson, and brutal beatings. Their reign of terror forced countless black families to flee their towns. Even white people who stood in solidarity with black communities weren't spared from the Klan's wrath. The Ku Klux Klan became a secretive militia-style organization for those white individuals who sought to suppress black rights by spreading fear and violence. In 1868, in St. Landry, Klan members massacred 200 black activists in a single night. Do you know what their fault was? They had simply tried to vote. The Klan's actions made it virtually impossible for black people to vote. White masked riders roamed the streets in groups, attacking, burning homes, and carrying out murders. Their terror became so horrific that the federal government was forced to take strict action. Some leaders were arrested, but like a secretive storm, the Klan would vanish only to resurface wherever they found an opportunity. By the 1890s, the Klan's activities had somewhat subsided. However, in 1915, they reared their head again in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Around this time, a silent film called The Birth of a Nation was released, portraying the early Ku Klux Klan as heroic figures. This film deeply misled the public. Many, swayed by false perceptions, joined the Klan, while others began to view white supremacy as a normal part of life. Bolstered by this support, white mobs backed by the Klan destroyed the prosperous black community and Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Over 300 people were killed and thousands of homes were burned to the ground. In its second wave, the Klan returned with greater organization and a corporate-like driving force, spreading across the entire country. They established branches in major northern cities, the Midwest, and even the West. At times, their membership surged past hundreds of thousands. Clad in white robes, they marched in groups, used bizarre code words, burned crosses in public, and boldly claimed, "We are virtuous, honest, and righteous people. We're protecting families, defending the nation, and safeguarding American civilization."
We're white people. We're standing up for our white right. The Klan is the only organization that stands up for the white right.
In this phase, they didn't just target black people. They also went after Jews, Catholics, and newly arrived immigrant communities. By the 1940s, the second wave of the Klan weakened under intense criticism. But in the 1950s, as the civil rights movement gained momentum in America and black people began demanding voting rights, equal education, jobs, and civil liberties, the Ku Klux Klan resurfaced in the form of numerous smaller groups. Collaborating with local police, governors, and influential figures, they worked to suppress the black movement. Bombings, murders, rapes, burning churches, setting homes ablaze. There was no atrocity this organization didn't commit. They even attacked children. The Klan also forged alliances with groups espousing Nazi ideologies. During this period, dozens of people were brutally killed. including civil rights activists, pastors, school teachers, and more. After such rampant violence, the federal government began to crack down. In some areas, they took action against lawbreakers, making arrests, confiscating property, and imposing hefty fines. As the civil rights movement gained success, the Klan's direct influence started to wane. Yet even today, the Ku Klux Klan is not completely eradicated. Their existence can still be felt in some places as small terrorist groups or hate groups. Their appearance may have changed significantly, but the seeds of hatred remain the same. The Ku Klux Klan has left permanent scars on the psyche of the American people. Their white supremacy, brutality, and history of torturing and murdering innocent peoples represent a nation's deepest shame. Many religious or social communities interpret the Klan as terrorists because they were the ideal example of a domestic terrorist organization within the country. Even today, those who fuel white supremacy or racism often carry the same mindset as the Ku Klux Klan, rooted in the same toxic ideology.